So Junior and I are out for a ride. Weather doesn't look too promising, but it's hot and humid. It's so humid when you're stopped. Last week it felt like mid-October and the rest of the country was on fire, literally, I guess. I haven't seen it, but so they tell me. And now the heat wave is hitting us. Today was supposed to be 33 and feel like 39. So I don't know what it actually is, but all I know is the humidity is way up. So number 3 was too hard right off the bat. It wouldn't even move with Ryan on it, and Ryan weighs 260. So I put it back to 2. It's currently on 2, haven't bottomed out or anything. So it feels good, actually. So much better than the factory. I measured the seat because I was convinced that the original seat that came on this bike was a reach seat, because this one actually is really comfortable for me. So I measured to the bottom of the seam where it starts to kick up, and on the original seat was 14.5 inches. This one's 16.5, which would explain why it's more comfortable. It definitely makes a huge difference. So seat I picked up for 200 bucks. Shocks 200 bucks. This old girl doesn't run away from the night train like the Softail does, but the Softail's got big cams and all that good stuff, so it's got way more power. Sucking up the bumps, great. I'm so happy with that. Oh, it just rides like smooth as butter. You gonna take the Road Glide on or what?
You're a lot more comfortable on that bike through corners with that. I have a lot of bumps on them, I've noticed.
So Junior didn't want to ride the Road Glide yet. So I just don't think he wanted to do a big stretch. So for some reason Ryan put 87 in his gas tank, which caused all kinds of problems. So it still had a few, probably about quarter tank left in there. So we put 91 on top of it, plus a quarter bottle of octane boost. And that seemed to have fixed all its woes. So I told him stop putting shitty gas in motorcycles. But he's hard pressed. When he bought that bike, it cost him $13 to fill it up, and now it costs over $30. Thanks to Canadian Liberals. Not to mention the most ridiculous carbon tax. And how ridiculous is that? So Ryan and I just wanted to get out and enjoy a bit of a ride today. Unfortunately, the weather is just all over the map. It's cooled off at least, I'd say at least 8 to 10 degrees since we took off. And looks like it's gonna rain. Certainly clouded over entirely now, so we'll stop somewhere and get a burger. The old Sierra there has decided it doesn't want to run right, and it's got a misfire and doing weird shit. So I'm pretty much convinced that the cats are out of it, because if you give a tap on the Y pipe, they rattle. I'm guessing they're plugged. The truck sat for 12 years before I got it and redid all the suspension and redid everything on it. After him driving it, now it's decided that the cats are out of it. So that means I either have to pull the Y pipe and get the cats. New Y pipe is $600 here, or with the headers on it. I got a set of stainless headers that were supposed to be for the Silverado. God, it all happens on a night when I've had no sleep. I just came over to work on that old girl out there. I was gonna strip it down. All the suspension off it is going on that one, and that one's getting an all new front end. And I don't know, we haven't decided what to do with that black one yet, but this one has definitely had its day. But I've put 400,000 kilometers on it, and it was my winter beater. I got it really cheap years ago, like $1,200. I dropped it down, and pretty much that was it. It's been really reliable. It's got a 5-speed in it. It was an amazing truck, and now it's been sitting for about 3 years. And I bet you if I put a distributor in it, it would fire right up. But we stole that for Jared's truck. I was gonna start tear all the suspension off it today, so I can get it all blasted and cleaned up for the for that one. And then the standard spindles off that one are gonna go on my S10, so I can upgrade the front brakes. All right, guys, I'm looking to change the channel name. Any suggestions? More than welcome. We're back on the Saturday for the third time, because Ryan left his keys at home on the desk, so I had to go all the way home and get them, which is about 40 minutes there and back. We're gonna pull this apart and see if the cats are plugged. Just the way it's running. So for day one, it started to rattle. The next day, it got no balls. It'll sit and idle all day. It runs great. As soon as you want it to breathe, it won't. Up here and give her a whack. So this was an unpleasant surprise with Ryan's truck. So before I start that noisy thing, the wire on this broke off right at the switch. So I pulled the pin out, resoldered it onto another wire, made a little jumper, put it back together. We're good to go. Or are we? So great, the window's off the truck or something, or it's broken. We do have a new regulator inside, so much for the easy fix. I gotta take the door apart. No complaints when you can have a barbecue at the shop. Couldn't fix Ryan's truck because I'm waiting on parts, so I figured I'd tear into this old door handle. I got another one for the other side. Start getting this old beast cleaned up a little bit. Oh, well, those came out lickety split. Just clean the door up, put a new one in. All right, guys, all done. Filled her in. There was a bit of rust around here, so I got some rubbing compound in there still, but touched up all this rust in here, and it looks pretty good. I'd say good as new, but it's good as a 23-year-old truck, I guess. She opens and closes. Perfect. Just gotta throw the door back together on the inside, and that's another job done. I'll go to the other side and do the other one. It's not broken on the other side, but if this one's broke, that one's not far behind likely, so we'll get over there and get her done. I feel sorry for our kids having to restore all these trucks around this time from this era. They're all plastic. Tabs break off, they get all brittle. So now I got this to deal with. Future restorers are gonna curse plastic, I'll tell you. So this truck's 23 years now, and all this plastic gets all nasty and brittle. I'm gonna have to put a hole right through there, a nice short screw so it doesn't touch the window or anything else. Stupid. There we go. All closed up and good as a 23-year-old truck. You see there, look at the sun. You know what that is? That's bad injection molding. So it had an old color and it was mixed, but it looked okay when it was new, but now the sun's hit it and all that didn't have enough pigment to hold like it did over here, so it's all faded out. Oh well, can't expect perfection on a 23-year-old truck, but that's actually a manufacturing flaw right there. Let's make sure the door works. Perfect. Oh, you can see it from this angle. I don't know if you can see that. So I guess I'm gonna have to look around for some new door panels for it if I decide to go all out with it. So this old girl has been sitting since 2017. It's now 20 years old, has 140K on it, which is about 72,000 miles. Every time I get it out, somebody tries to steal it. They've tried to steal it 7 times, but I've got things in there so they can't get it. Unless they bring a tow truck, they're not getting it. So I got it out in 2017 for all of 3 days, and somebody tried to steal it again. Hence, she's right back in here. And now it's just, like, it doesn't need anything. I could literally clean it all up, take it out and drive it right now. I'm gonna redo the front suspension with the Blazer brakes and stuff and do a bunch of stuff to it. I don't really want to put a V8 in it. It's such a pain in the ass. Oh, that looks good, all shiny like that. I really like it. Makes me want to polish the whole truck. Everybody says you can't polish a turd, but I'm telling you, this thing was an old work truck. The guy that had it was a hot rodder, and he was building a 66 Chevelle all done up. But I think it makes me want to polish the whole truck all up. She's been sitting in here, she's just dusty and dirty. So I'm pretty much done everything I had to do for the day. Bikes are movable. This is now back to drivable, so I can take it in and out. I want to get that old pewter Blazer in here and start tearing it apart to get rid of it.